Ciao da Pietro, ciao da The Limited Edition, your UK platform if you love independent watchmaking. Thanks for the love that you're giving us, especially in days where we bring a broadcast every single day. We love doing this. We love bringing the most exciting faces, most exciting artisans from the world of independent watchmaking. Today is no exception, and actually today is a fantastic day when we actually bring about a new name, a new face of the watchmaking arena. I'm saying new just anagraphically because I think most of you must have heard of the watchmaker we're going to introduce you today. And it was amazing the fact that I was honored to be able to hand over the GPHG award, the Revelation Prize in Geneva 10 days ago, a couple of weeks ago, to this gentleman after visiting his workshop in the morning. It was an unforgettable experience, really. But let me go step by step. Let me introduce you first our editor, Johnny Macaron, that obviously works on these lives really, really hard to prepare everything, the imagery, the topics we're going to discuss. Johnny, it's great to have you today in particular, Johnny, because this is what we love. We love digging, we love finding, and we can't claim to have been the first to find the talent of Simon Brette, but we are, some of the first to bring him on screen, and I'm very proud of that.
Pietro, ciao, my friend. Good to see you again, and yeah, fantastic to be introducing our next guest, who has literally the watch that he has created. It's his debut piece as a solo independent. And when I say solo, that's kind of in inverted commas there, because it's solo with a great team of artisans all around him, who he gives a lot of credit to. And so there is a sense of a commune, a hub of creativity going on. And of course, this gentleman we are speaking about is none other than GPHG Horologique Revelation award winner Simon Brette. So welcome, Simon.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to
have
you. Yeah.
Congratulations on your amazing achievement in the GPHG.
Yeah, it was just crazy to be able to receive this award, and especially from Pietro. So it was a very special moment, and yeah, so lucky and happy to be able to receive from you, Pietro.
Thank you so much, Simon. People don't know the backstory and why I was laughing on stage before announcing your name, Simon. And I don't know if I told you as well. So the story goes that I had the privilege to take a few collectors to visit Simon's workshop in Geneva on the very day of the GPHG Awards in the morning, where I obviously kind of felt that Simon was one of the hot names within the voting day, if you like. But the votes are completely secret, and I couldn't disclose anything. So I obviously didn't know anything. But the fact that we met in the morning, and then when I walked on stage, I didn't know I was going to be associated with the Revelation Prize. And when that happened, it was Simon. And Simon, I have to tell you, I discovered it from the screen that there is on the stage. When you step on the stage, then I could see, before opening the envelope, I could see that the winner was you. So that's why I kept, I had a big smile. I couldn't take it away from my face. It was a great experience. Well done again. And definitely a moment that for you, it will be, I can't even believe the work that you had to put on to get to that point. So young in your development, but it could be life-changing, in many ways.
Yeah, honestly, we don't feel any changement. Maybe last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, in Dubai Watch Week, especially to this event, because I really understand what means winning something special from the GPHG. So yeah, I have this feeling that people really care about that, and it was special for me to have all those people really care and say bravo to this creation. So yeah, it's very special to receive this kind of award, but we know that we are just at the beginning of the story for the brand. And yeah, so I hope we will be able to come with very nice watches in the future. And yeah, so the level is already high, and we will do our best just to be able to go deeper and deeper and come with something more beautiful than the first one. So the challenge is here.
That's hard to imagine. That's hard to imagine, because the Chronomètre Artisans, your debut piece, when you say you might come up with something more beautiful, it is hard to imagine how that could be, because this is a watch. And for anyone who's watching this, if you haven't seen this watch in person, it literally takes your breath away. There is nothing else like it that I have ever seen. Pietro?
No, completely. We went to the workshop and we shared. That was the first time I saw the watch in the flesh after the Festival of Time, where it was a great opportunity as well to see the piece first time. The first question I would have for Simon is, Simon, you obviously very factually, you say you are a movement constructor. You've worked in the past for MBNF, for Arnold, for MCT, I think, as well. So you know what it means to develop an independent brand. You know what it means to build an incredibly engineered movement. Do you feel a bit more like a watchmaker now? That's the first question, because I have another one coming immediately after.
Yeah, so it's very special, because there is a lot of things that you have to care. For sure, you have to just develop something with very strong identity, a strong DNA. And yeah, it was something very special, because yeah, during all my career, I have many things that I don't have the chance to develop for the brand. And especially the screw, many things around, and we will give the identity to this watch, to this brand. So I'm very happy and lucky just to have this strong DNA and to be able to imagine the future and keep a lot of this kind of code. We will just give something to the brand, not especially the name of the brand, but the DNA enough strong to make people just recognize this watch on a wrist. So we have this special moment during the Dubai Watch Week with friend of mine, with customers, with gems waitlisted. And he explained me that he was walking in the street, and a guy come to him and say, "Whoa, do you have the Simon Brette on your wrist?" And he explained, "Okay, yes, this is his watch. If you want to have a look." And after that, he come with this person just where I was in Dubai, and it was the funny things, because people can recognize the watch. Not especially very close, so that's very important for the brand to be recognized from.
You're already iconic in a way. As a starting point, we're gonna talk about the artisans. The name of your first watch, 12 pieces limited edition, Chronomètre Artisans, tells it all in a way. I have spoken with some of the artisans that we know very well, Simon, master watchmakers, and they clearly said to me, I don't know how Simon can offer that kind of finishing, because the finishing is obviously the outstanding element besides the engineering of this timepiece, at the price point where you managed to get your first subscribers to get the piece. But the artisans were the key for your development, no? This is a piece that you thought you conceived and you developed thinking about the artisans.
Yeah, so this is the most important things that I didn't expect at the beginning that I will make my own watch brand, and things come organically to me, and I just follow the the way, and it comes very easily to me. So when I start working for my own, when I leave MBNF in 2022, I start working as an independent engineer. So I developed watches for customers. And in June, when my daughter was born, I just explained to my customers that I will stop working during 2 months. And during those 2 months, I was just living this special moment to become a dad, and this euphoria, as we can say in French. I was, what can I do to keep this moment alive for the rest of my life? And I was, okay, the only things that I know is to draw, to design a watch, and this is what happened. And after those 2 months, I have the sketch of that watch, and I don't really know what I will make with this watch, what I will do with this watch. And I just meet a friend of mine who is Christian, only buying time on Instagram, and he tells me, okay, we can just help you in a way that if you want to make a subscription, I can bring some friend of mine, and we can just be the first customers to support you. And it was, that's nice idea. Why not? Let's do that. And in November, we have the 12 customers, enough crazy to to trust me, and we say, okay, let's go. And in January, I received all the first deposit, and I was okay. So now I have the money. But what can I do with this money? Where do I have to go? Do I have to work with supplier, people that I work with during the past? But they will produce. They don't really care about producing very few pieces. And I have a very special story. When just before I leave MBNF, it was in November 2021. I meet Luc Monet, a friend of mine who is one of the customer, and I call him and say, okay, I need someone to help me because I have very special component to achieve. And he was, okay, I can help you, but I still have work for a few months. But please contact my friend Anton Peterson because he is in trouble. He don't have work for the moment. So if you can give him some work, it can be a good thing for him. And I call him and say, okay, I have some work for you. Is it possible to meet you? And when I meet him in his workshop in Neuchâtel, in the entrance, we have some machine. And I was, okay, what's happened here? He's probably moving and changing his workshop. And when I meet him, he was very, he looked very, very sad in bad situation. And he explained me, okay, I don't have work since January. I have a small family. And so I start to sell my machine just to have some money for me because it's very difficult for me. So it was very special feeling. And I know this kind of feeling because he explained me that he have a daughter. And I have this feeling during the past when your parents are independent and you can feel if they are in trouble. So I was very the feeling that I have was very bad for me because this kind of remember, and you say, okay, what can I do to help him and the first thing was to give him some work with MBNF, and this is what happened. And after that, I explained him that I will move from MBNF and make my own company. And I explained him, okay, I don't know how I will do that, but I will come back to you and I will help you. And he said, okay, we will see. And so when I come back to him in January, when I received the first deposit from the subscription customers, I just go directly to him to say, okay, now I have the money. And I will give you some work for few months, and I hope few years, and let's see what happens. So yeah, and and the first thing that I showed him was the drawing of the screw with this incurved surface, and he tells me, "Whoa, you know what? That will be very difficult to find a solution to achieve this this level of finishing, because I asked him to achieve a perfect mirror polish on these incurved surfaces." And yeah, so he tells me
something that nobody had seen before, I have to say, on every single screw of a movement. And I can testify, Johnny. I was in the workshop. I've seen the machine, and what is the result of the work of Luc Monet with these guys. And it's actually daunting to see that it takes an hour, Johnny, believe it or not, for every screw to be made. And here we come back to the idea of how would you go through so much trouble? But that's only one of the elements that you wanted to integrate in your timepiece. We could talk about the engraving, we could talk about the beveling, we could talk about the mirror polishing, we could talk about the
we will
angles.
talk about all of those.
That's absolutely. We go through one by one.
Can I just
please
continue about the screw? So just few minutes, because it's very important. But because people ask me where does this idea come from, and this is the first thing that asked me Anton, and he asked me, but why? What the hell? Why do you want to do this kind of incurved surfaces? And I was since 12 years, there is something that I don't really like and don't find very sexy on a watch, is the screw, because of the slot. And I was just thinking about just finding a solution to make disappear the slot. And the first idea was, okay, if I make an incurved surfaces with mirror polish, the light will reflect on these incurved surfaces and will focus on one point. And because it's a radius, the light will focus in the middle of the screw, and this white light will make disappear the slot. And you can see it clearly.
You can see it clearly here.
Yeah, and to have this white light, you have to just reflect most of the light, and this is the reason why I really want to have the mirror polish on this incurved surface. And after that, there is something very special and interesting with these incurved surfaces. The optical effect, when you look at your face in front of the screw, you can see your face upside down. And this is something very interesting. And yeah, so this is part of the things that you just can imagine. And the most difficult was to find people enough crazy to say, okay, I will accept this challenge, and this is what accept Anton. And when he come back to me, he said to me, I have a good and a bad news. The good one is I found the solution to achieve this perfect polishing, but the other one is it spent to me 1 hour to achieve this polishing. So for the story of this group,
it is so worth it. It is so worth it, because it is such an outstanding, one of many outstanding details on the watch, that to think that, yes, to achieve that concave polishing, mirror polishing of a concave surface, I can only imagine how difficult that is. I never have seen it done.
Can we see it zoomed on the watch? Because we have singled out the screw, Johnny, as you were doing. Can we now see the final result zoomed on the watch?
Yeah, so we have 23 screw on the watch. So it's not too much, but enough to spend 23 hours just to achieve the screw for the watch. So it's a little bit crazy. So just to give you an idea, the normal screw that we can find in the watch industry in Switzerland is with the black polish. Is close to 4 to 6 Swiss franc per screw. And just to give you the idea of our screw is 1 hour for a craftsman is close to 80 Swiss franc. and this is 1 hour 80 Swiss franc only for the polishing. And you can imagine we are close to 100 Swiss franc for one screw. So at the beginning, we know that when you think about a watch, you think about a brand, it's at the end of the day, you have to care about the bills, this kind of stuff. So you can imagine about the margin, and it don't make really sense to achieve this kind of screw. But when I see for the first time the screw, I was okay. I don't care. I have to come with this specific screw, because it gives something very strong and very special to this watch. And yeah, so it's crazy, but it gives something very strong, and people really care about that. So that's a good point.
You have a very uncompromising philosophy you have had since the beginning as well, with both the artisans that you already knew from before, from your experience as a movement constructor, but also those that you have found on the way, like Anton, for example, because you seem to have been very good at linking all the dots, getting together a lot of nice people in a project that then ended up being just perfect. How far have you gone with your uncompromising philosophy? How much of that is in this piece?
At the beginning, when I was just designing this watch, I was okay. I will make the watch that I would love to wear one day, and you think about something special when you want to make your own watch. You really care about the best of the best, and you don't want to make any compromise. And when you want to have the best watch, you think about the best craftsman who will achieve the watch. So I'm engineer, and my knowledge is just to design and develop watches. And I know that I don't have any skills to do the assembly, to just polishing, the machining, etc. So when you know where you are strong and where you are bad, you know that you have to find the people who have very high level when you are where you are bad. And it's part of the journey to say, I don't want to lie to myself. I'm good in the construction, but I'm bad in all the rest. And I was okay. I know enough people who have incredible skills, and they are always, most of the team that I have now, the craftsmen, they are very similar things. They always accept to be challenged, and they don't think they are the best. They always want to be challenged and try to improve themselves, and they are very humble people. They are the best. They are incredible, but they will never tell you that they are the best. They always say, okay, I have to learn, I have to improve myself, and they really want to be challenged. And this is the beauty of this group, and the things that you can find on each craftsman is they really want to do their best, and they don't really care about the time they will spend to achieve or to refine or to find a solution to make something. They are very passionate. So they are very nice people, and they always want to do their best. And this is the common link they have all together.
I was just going to say, Pietro, pardon me, that not everybody can do what you have done, though, and that's to bring in these people, as you say, they're humble, they consider themselves to be probably not the finished article. But when you bring these people together and you empower them by allowing them to dig deep and to become the best versions of themselves when they're creating out there, most bosses, most company owners would be trying to stamp their own personality onto the work team, where I guess maybe working with the different companies that you have worked with so far, Simon, you see this kind of give and take, but you're allowing these people and empowering them to do. And although everyone in the Simon Brette keep, as you say, is humble, you're also a very formidable force now in what you see, what you can do, what you can bring this out of those people. I think it's very few leaders can bring those elements together and make them gel so well, and to allow the little details to, let's go with the screws, let's go with the engraving, let's do it. It's crazy, it's extremely expensive, it takes a lot of time, but look what you've got. It's sitting behind you at the minute. The award for GPHG.
I don't know.
Fantastic, all on the shoulder. Yeah.
Can we focus? Can we focus again, Johnny? Your point is very valid, and can we focus again on some of the details from the front of the watch, which is very different to the back. The front is very much asymmetrical, whereas the back with a 3/4 plate is more of a symmetrical work of engineering. If we can, those screws that hold those, for example, finger bridges that are sublime as well, in my view, and as well as the gearing that has been worked in a way that every single tooth, down the loop wolf teeth have been worked in a very minute detail fashion. So
Yes,
can we spend some time to talk about those elements, finger bridges, the hands, the gears as well?
Yeah, so there is something very special about the way that I work with those craftsmen. The idea was, okay, I really want to challenge you to be able to have something very exceptional, who show the most, who show very well who you are and what are your skills. So on each craftsman, you have they have their own challenge to achieve on this watch. So especially the picture that we have, we see the wheels, and the wheels, there is the bevel close to the teeth, and this bevel is not 45 degrees. It's rounded the same way as all the other components, and one of the challenge who have the craftsmen who achieve the wheels, he have to refine the knowledge that we have long time ago. So especially on the tree bridge from Gérard Perregaux, I have this picture of the wheels, and you have the bevel who is close to the teeth. It's rounded and not flat. So not 45 degrees, but rounded, radius from 5 millimeters. And this is something that I have in mind to just be able to refine the knowledge that we lose during those different crises. So just trying to make the same quality that we have on the tree bridge from Gérard Perregaux. And this is what was the challenge to Luc Monet. He have many challenges to achieve, Luc, but he is one of the most impressive craftsmen that we have in watchmaking. So he achieved the wheels with these very special incurved surfaces. He achieved the wolf teeth on the ratchet wheels with this incurved surface on top of the ratchet with this perfect polishing. So we can spend a lot of time just talking about every detail or every craftsman and every challenge they have to achieve to just how can I say
to challenge themselves.
Just to make the watch more beautiful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have You have insisted on the concave concept as well, with the decoration of the barrels at the back, which is spectacular as well, with those pronounced teeth of the barrels as well, in a more symmetrical fashion for the movement, with obviously a 2.5 hertz movement with an enlarged balance that creates really geometry there compared to the front.
Yeah. So the bridge for the balance wheel, just to give you an example of the challenge that I have one of those craftsmen, Nathalie Jean-Louis, who is the one who make the polishing on the bridge for the balance wheel. And this bridge is in titanium. And it's one of the biggest challenge she had to achieve, just to make the same level that we can have, the same polishing that we can have on the steel components. But on the steel components, it's very hard, and it's easier to polish something very hard than something like the titanium. So it was part of the challenge. And the reason why I really want to have titanium for the balance wheel bridge is because it's non-magnetic, is because it's you don't have any oxidation on it, and because of the weight. And yeah, so the idea was not only to take the same component that we can find in a pocket watch, because at the beginning I really care about having a movement with the same quality as we can find on the pocket watch. So the inspiration is from the pocket watches, but I really care about coming with something very new that we have to care. Magnetism is something very important for us, because everywhere we go, we have a lot of electronics all around us. So the idea to come with the non-magnetic bridge close on top of the balance wheel, it was something will make sense. And yeah, so we have to
and you call it a chronomètre as well. So the accuracy was a big part of the whole journey.
Yeah, and we are working now with l'Observatoire de Genève for the first series, just to be able to have this certificate. So this is the next challenge that we have, and we are working hard on this. So yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, so as I explained you, we can spend a lot of time on each component, because I really care about very small detail, and work very hard and deeper on each. And it's something special to have a lot of detail on a watch, but it have to match all together. You can go deeper and deeper on each component, but if the harmony is not here on each component, so it don't really make sense. So it was, I really have to care about the way just to make something very special and match all together.
Very valid points. The next thing, that very obvious detail that we haven't actually touched on yet, was the dial as well, and a very, very elaborate and painstaking process for sure. And this was done by engraving.
Yeah, it's engraving by hand by Yasmina Anti, who is a fantastic craftsman. And it was part of the journey, to meet people that you don't really expect meeting one day. And when I just come to her, I don't remember the reason why, but I didn't know her a long time ago. And we just have a meeting together, and we talked about, okay, I really would love to have something special for this watch. And I really would love to give you the opportunity to come with something very new, and who show to people what you are able to do, to achieve, and to show the level of your skills. And she was, okay, I have so many things in mind, but let me do some test, and I will show you, and you will tell me what you want. And she directly come with this kind of a texture of pattern for the dial. and it was just crazy. And
At first sight, it looks like a mosaic. You want to say, "Oh, that's a mosaic dial," but actually, it's engraving, which is deceiving.
yeah, it's very three-dimensional. So this is something that I really care, and that we talked a lot together, because we all know that two dimension is the easiest thing to do, to achieve. The components into only flat components is very easy to achieve. And you can see on most of the watch, all the different components are three-dimensional. So you have incurved on the screw, rounded for the bridge, and the bridge that we can just see under the second dial is the most complicated components, because you have 17 interior angle. It's in titanium, very difficult to polish, and you have those three different rounded surfaces. The rounded surfaces are the most difficult things to achieve in finishing. So yeah, this component is very, very long to achieve, and the level of finishing just on this component is very, very high. So this is the beauty of this watch. And I just have a meeting yesterday with customers, and he tells me this is the most complicated watch that I have seen on only 3 hands. So it gives you the idea of this watch. You see, it's very simple, simple watch, 3 hands. But when you have a look on all the different components, you see the detail, the level of finishing. You can imagine that it's very high level and hard to achieve. So this is the nice feeling. So yeah, and this is we talked about the craftsman, but I have now here a team. We are 3, and I have Thomas, who is the watchmaker, who achieved a lot of things by himself, especially black polish. He achieved the screw now. So, and this picture is made by Robin, with an engineer who worked with me, and is really impressive. Because I just challenge him and say, okay, we have to make some picture, and he tells me, okay, let's try. And he just spent 1 week on Instagram. He buys some material just to achieve those picture, and you can see the level of this picture, which is very, very good and nice, and the communication that we make on Instagram is very good quality. Most of the people say that, and yes, because of the craftsmen for sure, but the team that I have now, without them, nothing can be at this level. So yeah, I'm very lucky.
All the efforts to achieve this quality then really demands to be able to showcase this in a proper way, and definitely you do a great job of that. I can't believe it, Simon, but it's already been 40 minutes, and already thank you so much for your time. But I have a couple of more questions, Johnny, and I'm sure that you would want to add to the source
you're
as
not
well.
alone, yeah.
My first question was, from the movement constructor perspective, the 2.5 hertz with the enlarged balance that you chose as a solution for the movement, was it premeditated based on aesthetics, or based on chronometry, or based on which other factors?
Yeah, so I really love the slow frequency, and especially there is 2 chronometers that I keep in mind, who are for me the best. And there is the Puzo movement, which is very beautiful, and there is a Zenith too, who I really love. But there is something that I was a bit sad about, is about the design of these watches. And technically, it's only is less than 2 days power reserved, and I really want to have minimum 3 days power reserved, and yeah, so this is the reason why I have 2 barrels on this watch, because when you just put your watch, switch off your watch, from your wrist. Friday night, you have to take it Monday morning, and it have to just you don't have to reset the time. So it was something would make sense for me when I designed this 2 barrels movement. And I really love the symmetry on the back side of this watch, and this is the reason why I have the click system, which is in the middle of the ratchet wheels, just to keep this perfect symmetry. So the challenge was to find a solution to respect the symmetry 100%. So this is the reason why I developed this because this click system.
Thank you. And I have a question about the future, but maybe Johnny wants to put forward another of his questions more on the present.
Well, I actually have a couple of questions from Benoit and Van S from Paris, from Tourbillon Watch, and he was wanting to know when it comes to the team ethic of working together. Benoit obviously knows that you're played rugby. Do you get that from that team spirit from sport, or is that just a coincidence? That's one question.
This is, I miss probably 3 people more, but to have a team of 15 craftsmen. But yeah, for sure, it's part of the journey, you know. I love this sport, and the reason why is just because you have so many different people in the world. So you have to find the right people, and they don't have to be the same character, the same physique in this in a team of rugby. And this is the beauty of this sport. You really need to have a small guy, a tall guy, on each on each
big guy, fast guy. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't need to have the same people. You have to just find a guy who run fast, and the other one have to be just in the melee. I don't know the name in English, but so this is the beauty of this sport.
In the scrum,
and you really have to have this diversity of people to make a nice good team. And the fact is, no matter if you have one good player, you cannot win a match only with one guy who is very good. Not the same thing as we can find in football. So I'm sure about this. You have to elevate all the team together to win a match. And on this journey, on this brand, on this watch, it was very. This is exactly the same thing. We need all the skills of each craftsman to have this level for this watch. So for sure, it helped me a lot just to be able to play rugby and to just learn from this sport, and who I really enjoy. So
Johnny, I know what you're thinking. I want to say you need a coach as well. And Simon has been the perfect coach. But at the limited edition, we have exactly 15 people now, Simon. So there's something there probably. But unfortunately, I coach basketball, not rugby. But you never know if maybe Johnny can help me with that.
Yeah, sure. I know we're getting right to the last minute here, but there is one person that you also have paid a little mark of respect to, and that person is very special to all of us, and that is our dad. And I love the little detail that you have on the side of the case, the waist of the case, if you like. And because your dad was a master carpenter, and that little joint there, that's a little dovetail. And I just love the fact that you went to obviously exceptional lengths to build this into your watch. It has no functional role. It's merely there just to say thanks, Dad. I love that.
Yeah, this is we have to put emotion when you make a watch. No matter if it's the most beautiful watch that you have to put your spirit, your all what you have inside, and for sure, people who count a lot in your life. So here is my dad. I hope that I will do something special for my family too. But yeah, so this is something very important for me to just give a tribute to my dad, especially because it's because of him that I really care about craftsmanship. And yeah, so the spirit of the brand and the way to help them come very especially from him. So he really deserved the small tribute. And this is the killing that I have on my table in my kitchen. So it's the small small signature from him, and this is what I really love. So
Well, it's beautiful. I really loved it. So we have run over time, Pietro. I am sorry for asking questions
No.
so late
That's
on.
listen. I will carry on for another 40 minutes. You know me, and thank you, Simon, for making this really special. I just have one last question. Look, I'm not gonna go through all the questions I prepared, so I'll try to. We always try to give our audience and your audience that is watching today a preview, a news, or an understanding of what's coming next. Because of course, you have made many people dream, but only basically 12 could access this beautiful piece you have presented, the Chronomètre Artisans. I visited your workshop. I know there are plans for the future. How much can we talk about that, and can you give us any hint for the near future?
yeah, so it's part of the journey just to frustrate a lot of people, because especially now with the social media we can promote a lot the brand, but we will produce only 12 pieces a year, so on each different version. So that will be difficult to say yes to everyone. So what we plan for the future is next month we will launch the titanium version of the Chronomètre Artisan. So we plan to launch every year a new version for this watch. So we will launch this December the titanium version, which is already sold out. We will produce 99 pieces, less than 99 pieces. So that is what is planned for the future for the titanium version. And the next year 2024 will come end of the year in December with the rose gold version, and 2025 the steel version, and 2026 the platinum version, in the same way, just to produce 12 a year on each material, and we will do less than 99 pieces. And the plan is to come with the new complication in 2026, and let's see if we will be able to launch it in 2026.
So you're gonna
It's
keep the
so
production
exciting.
really under control, but you're gonna
Yeah.
give some options. That's the idea.
Yeah, so the idea was, okay, we'll try to deliver and to make happy a lot of customers. We know that's not a lot, but enough. And I don't want to grow too much. And we know exactly if we try to produce more, the quality will goes down. So this is the best compromise to keep the level as is now. And that's the best way to go step by step, and trying to grow slowly, but keep this level, and yeah. So, and for
So
the future,
it could be 50 pieces a year, more or less production, more or less
yeah,
taken all in.
this is in 2026, December
Yeah.
2026. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is the plan, and so that will be a challenge. So let's see if we can manage it in the perfect way. So
that's fantastic. It's very exciting times for you. I think my instinct is that we will be seeing you back on the stage of GPHG in the Théâtre de Le Mans and in the future. And so, bravo.
With Johnny handing over the prize this time.
And there is some people that I don't mention now is about the people from the subscription, because without them I won't be able to come with this watch, and I'm very happy and lucky to meet all those people too, because they really were very supportive, and they helped me in a way just to, I'm not someone who wear watches every day, and they really come and give all the knowledge they have, and with very nice advice, and I'm sure the success of this watch is part of their advice. So I'm very lucky and happy to meet those people, and for the next customers, this is what I try to explain them. You are not only customers, you are really a supporter, because you are here, and without customer, nothing can just happen. So this is something very special to be able to meet them, just give the beauty of this experience and to share with them. So this is something that we really care and enjoy today, to meet people who really love watchmaking, and we try to support them in a way just to educate, and we can learn from each other. So this is the beauty of this journey.
It's so amazing. Johnny, wasn't it the same for us since 2015? We've been trying to give as much as we could, but the amount that we have received back by kind of leveraging on a community of people that really are into this because they love all of this was amazing. I completely see that. You think you're giving and you try to give, but the amount you receive is incredible. It's great, Simon. I'm humbled to have had the opportunity to exchange with you today, and with Johnny. Johnny, thank you very much for preparing as well this live for us today. If you're watching this recording and you couldn't watch live, feel free to send your questions or any comments you may have. We're gonna pass them over to Simon. If you're watching this, and don't forget also to press the bell that you find here under the comments if you want to be notified when we have a new live. We try to bring the most interesting independent watchmakers week in, week out. We've been doing that over the last many years, but today was special. It felt special, Simon. Thank you so much for your time. I don't need to wish you luck, I don't think, at this point.
And thank you so much for what you are doing for the independent watchmaking, and so thank you for that. We are very lucky, and I really appreciate that what you are doing, guys. So thank you so much.
It's very rewarding to see this all happening. So yeah, thank you, Simon. It's been a pleasure to have your company here for the last the best part of an hour. And we've overrun a little bit, but heck, there was no way we could cut this any shorter. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone, and see you soon for a new interview and for a new episode. All the best.
Bye-bye. Take care.